Hello everyone, this is Bruce Arfsten with RE/MAX Premier in Dallas, Texas. It's time again to take a brief look at the real estate market in the North Texas area and give you an update on how we're doing so far this year. I'd like to bring information to you on a regular basis that you'd like to hear about, in addition to the market updates. So if there's a topic you'd like me to present, please don't hesitate to ask. Let's take a look at the statistics for home sales in Dallas County area from 2009, 10, and 11. You'll see a pretty typical cycle here. Beginning of the year starts off and it peaks in the spring and summer and then starts to let off in the fall towards the end of the year. But the interesting thing that stands out to me, looking at the springtime of 2010 on the Burgundy bar, look how much higher that spiked during that time. But you'll have to remember what was going on during that time last year. That's right, that's when we had the tax credit from the federal government that was encouraging home buyers to go ahead and buy. So what happened with that is it wasn't really so much that people were buying homes that wouldn't have been buying anyway, but it just moved up their time frame. Because as you see, as we get through July, August, after the tax credit expired, it really dipped off last year, 2010. So if you compare that to the year before, of 2009, it was way off from that. And you'll also start to see the difference between the year-to-date through July on 2011. It's already coming up. So the rest of the year is going to look pretty skewed by looking at this graph. Once we get through all this, where that clears out from the tax credit, I think that'll be helpful. And if you take a look in Collin County, which is going to include cities like Plano, Frisco, Allen, McKinney, among others, their activity is going to be pretty similar looking at the graph compared to what Dallas did. Let's take a look at how Dallas County is doing so far this year and just look at a summary. So we've got a 24.1% decrease in new listings for July, but that's just a 1 month. I'd rather focus more on the year to date. That gives us more of a better overall picture. But still, new listings are down. We're down about 16.5% if you're looking at the far right column over here. The pending sales are also down almost 4%. Closed sales are down, but the average sale price is up over 4%. And the median price is down almost 1%. So we've got some interesting indicators here that show that the market is not particularly gangbusters in Dallas County, especially when you see that the days on market is up 17% from year to date in 2010. And if you'll notice, the increase in 22.1% for the closed sales in July compared to July last year, that's a big number. But the closed sales year to date this year is down 10%. And that is going back to that tax credit that we had last year, the first part of the year, that caused some artificially inflated closings the first half of the year, really. So overall in Dallas County, it's really kind of a subdued market with new listings being down. Not so many people putting their home on the market. Maybe they're waiting for a better time, or maybe they're just kind of in that hunker down stage and waiting until things get better. If we take a look at Collin County, you'll see a pretty similar picture of the market. Their new listings are also down 12% for the year to date. The pending sales are down almost 3%. Closed sales are down 6.5% year to date. But they've seen a nice uptick in the average sale price as well as the median sales price. And we'll have a discussion about median sales prices compared to average sale prices on a different day. And again, they're also seeing the same thing as far as the increase of the days on market has gone up at 17% year to date over 2010. So overall, you can see in Collin County that it's also a fairly subdued market, with the new listings being down, but closed sales also being down. But they're seeing that nice uptick in the average sales price and the median sales price. That's nice to see. And they're also seeing the same thing with the increase in the days on market. So they're not selling quite as quickly as they were last year, year to date. I think also here just quite a few people are sitting tight, waiting for something to change in the market, and then maybe they'll make a change in their housing needs. People often want to know, is it a buyer's market or is it a seller's market? Well, by definition, a balanced market, which is neither a buyer's or a seller's market, is one that has about 6.5 months worth of inventory or so. Some will even say anywhere from 5 to 7 months is a pretty normal, healthy market. Well, looking at this table, direct your attention to the right-hand column. I know there's a lot of numbers on here, but that right-hand column shows you the months of inventory that are available. And you'll see anywhere from 5.5 to almost 7.5 months worth of inventory since early 2010 is what we've been looking at. So that's not particularly bad. It's not an unhealthy market. It's fairly balanced, I would say. And that was Dallas County. Now take a look at Collin County. That looks even better. Anywhere from 4.5 to 6. Really not much over 6. You've got a 6.1 there. But Collin County is looking pretty strong. So anybody that's telling you that it's not a good market or it's a really strong buyer's market, they really don't have all the information. Well, what we know for sure is that buyers are buying, but they are being selective in what they choose. They don't mind paying a fair price for a good home, but they are definitely not going to overpay. So a seller needs to be realistic on their pricing from the very start of the listing period. If you think you're going to put your home on the market at a higher price and expect a buyer just to bring you an offer so that you can work a negotiation, they're just not going to do that. Too many times a buyer has other homes to choose from, so they don't want to insult the seller by bringing them an offer that they can consider to be too low. If a house needs a lot of work, needs some updating, then a buyer really wants a deal, so you need to be careful of that and really be mindful in your pricing on your home. Of course, there's plenty more we could discuss regarding the market conditions and what's going on overall in the marketplace, but until you really start to drill down into a particular area, then you're really just getting kind of a broad overview. And what we need to keep in mind is that real estate is a lot like the weather in that it's local. It's not a national situation. So when you hear the national statistics and the national media talking about how bad the housing market is and what's going on and so forth, that's not really what you need to be paying attention to. It's good information to have, but if you really want to apply it to you and your situation, you need to really look at the local real estate market and really get a good handle on what's going on locally. If you want to find out some more information about your particular market area, even narrowed down to your very own subdivision, I'll be glad to look that up for you and get that information to you. So just give me a call or an email anytime, and I'm glad to help you out. Thanks for checking in today, and feel free to stop by my website at cometodallas.com, where you can find plenty of real estate information as well as all the current listings that are available on the market today. I hope to see you next time, and make it a great day.